Hi guys, it's Crafty Lou. Today's project is on a scrapbook layout. The project will be this embellishment right here. We are going to be making this embellishment, but I wanted to show you the scrapbook page that I did. It's a picture of my family. Most of the pictures were taken in the 50s and 60s. There are a picture of my mom and her brothers and sisters, her father, her mother, which are my grandparents, and here's a picture of my mom and her friend Dolores back at City Park on April the 25th of 1951. I thought this was a cute layout here. I actually did something similar to the crisscross with the ribbon on another project about 4 years ago actually. 4 years ago I did a project using this same technique here, so I decided to use it on a scrapbook page. I used some buttons that I put with twine in there. I used a brad that's kind of got like a little antique-y light fixture in it. A button from an old piece of clothes. That's a good way to use a lot of embellishment, is if you take your old clothes or old pieces of clothes or any new clothes that have like buttons on them or any kind of fabric or trimmings or anything like that that you may want to use. You could rip off or cut off of those and use a lot of those for scrapbook embellishments. I also used some pearls here. And I put some rolled pearls down here. I used some lace that's in here, that's laid on here. Hopefully you'll be able to see all of this. And also here is sort of like an alligator kind of piece of material, so to give it that little older looking texture. Over here I put a few pearls on this journal here. I took all the journal and I kind of took and aged it by using the distressed ink around all of the pieces here where I journaled. Down here I have my mom and her brothers and her sisters, and it has their names of each of the children and what happy faces they have and what a beautiful pony that is. Over here my grandmom and her friends stopped to take a pose. They're in a garden. My grandmother used to love to mess with the garden. My grandfather always had some type of tool or doing something around the house. Here he has his toolbox, which is a old wooden toolbox, and then of course he has his doggie that always followed him around. So I thought this was a cute layout and I wanted to share this with you guys, and I wanted to share this embellishment. I've shown some other embellishments where I used the wire technique on here. So I wanted to share this one also because I thought it was cute. I had seen one similar to it. I didn't come up with the idea myself. It was kind of mine and a combination of some others that I've seen. So I just kind of put them together and made my own. But I have it hanging here off the button. There's two little buttons here that I used, and then the wire I just kind of twist in here. So this is what we're going to be making today, is the embellishment. Like I said, I always love to make my own embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead and take this away, and then I'm going to show you the things that we're going to need for this project. Oops, here we go. We are going to need, let me back this up so you can see it a little bit. Oops. All right. I'm going to have this more organized, huh? Alright, so what we're going to need is you're going to need some glue, you're going to need some ink, some glue dots, some wire. This is a 24 gauge wire. It's very, very light wire, and actually I think I have about 9 inches, 8.5, maybe 9 inches. You don't need a whole lot, but leave yourself enough room so that you can play with it. And then also you're going to need some pliers for that if you're going to cut yours or bend it or twist it, however you want to do that. You're going to need a piece of paper, brown cardstock paper, and that's about 2.5 by, I'm sorry, no, it's 2 inches this way by 3.5 inches this way. On this one here, on the white cardstock, it's 1.5 inches by 3 inches long. So you're going to take this one here, the brown one, and we're going to be cutting off the end of it. Like I said, together it's about 2 inches wide and 3.5 inches long. So you're going to take about, I don't know, maybe 1/4, I think it was, just a little strip you're going to cut off, because that's going to be the part right here where the buttons are going to be. And I actually forgot to lay the buttons up here, and I just bought a bunch of little buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 of them out of there now, because we are going to be using them. And here's another one. So we've got 2 little buttons there that we're going to be using. And then here's the one that I made. So like I said, you got your little buttons here, the wires going through it. We're going to twist it around. We're going to take and put the distressed ink around it. I did take my paper and I have it textured. You can buy textured paper or you can make textured paper. On here, I'm going to show you how I did mine and made it texture. There's all kinds of things on the market. There's the Big Shots, you can run them through and get texture off of the little template plates and stuff, or you can just buy some hand ones. I bought this hand one a while back. It's made by Frisker, and it just has the little roller in it that's going to, when you run it through, it's just going to put that design on there. So I use that, but if you don't have anything like that, like I said, you can go and you can buy paper that already has a texture on it. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. And of course, you're going to need a stamp of some sort, whatever sentiment that you're going to be writing. And in this case, I wrote Family Memories. So if you were going to write happy birthdays or, you know, like whatever type of saying that you're going to be putting on here, then you'll need to get a stamp for that. Or you can write it if you want it. Alright, so here we're going to get started. Let's go ahead and make this wires part. And what you're going to do is just kind of run your hand a little bit over it. It kind of like warms it up and it will work a little bit better. What I was told, and I think it does work a lot better this way if you work a lot with wire, and then that way it kind of just warms it up and gives it that little bit. Alright, so what we're going to do is you're going to take the back side of your button and you're just going to go right in the hole on the back side of your button, pull it through, and then we're going to take what you pulled through to, so just pull about, I don't know, about like that much across, about a couple inches, and then take it back through the front, and then we're just going to take, and you're just going to thread it. Just take and thread it right through there. Just pull it right on through there. This is where your pliers will come in handy too, because it'll help you just pull it right through, and then you can just hold it. And there you go. So one button's already in there. We have that little bit of extra that we're going to use to curl. So let's do that again. All right, so we're going to go through the back side of the button, and then you're going to come back through the front of the button. And just come right back through the front of the button. And then you can just take your pliers and grab it and just pull it through to make sure that you have it through. Of course, working backwards is kind of hard to do when you're working backwards. So there you go. So now you have your buttons on each end of your string. You have one here, you have a little bit on the end, and then you have a little bit over here. Well, actually I have a little bit more than I want. So I'm just going to kind of bend it. I'm just going to eyeball it and kind of cut it about the same. Alright, so now you can just play with it however you want to make your little twirly parts. I'm going to just go over my button, just like this. I'm going to go over the button, come back around, and then I'm going to do the same on this one. Let me show you again. Let me see if I can get it this way. Just go over and around your button, just like that. See that? And now you have the two ends. And then you can just make your loop and just twist it. And then the same here, just grab it and just twist it, give it a little twist. And if you want longer, bigger loops on the sides, then make your wire a little bit longer. You can actually do like maybe 12 inches will give you a lot more. And then you're just going to shape it just like this into however shape that you like. So I have one here also that I made that's a little bit longer, and I made these ones a little bit longer, curly ones. So just make sure you cut off enough however length that you want, how much curls you want on here. Alright, so we got that part. Let's set that aside. Now I'm going to show you how I got this little crinkle thing. I actually, like I said, you don't have to do this. You can buy texture, or you can just use the plain paper just like this. You do not have to use textured. Can't talk today. Alright, so we just run it through just like that, and it gives that look. I actually ran it twice. I ran it the long ways, and then I ran it the actually this way and then this way to give it sort of a little checkered pattern. Let's see. Okay, so there you go. So there's the little checkery pattern. All right. Now we have that set aside. And here on the paper, I've already got mine done. I wrote on it Family Memories. And then, like I said, I took the ink and I went around, so I want to show you that. I used the Tim Horton Distressed ink. And then I just have a little sponge. I believe this is the Martha Stewart one. And what you're going to do on that is you're going to take your piece here, and then you're just going to dab it, and then you're just going to run it around the edge. Can you see that? I don't want to get it on this white sheet of paper. Then you're just going to take and run it around the edge. Whoops, wrong one. Just like that. And then you can take and do the ends. Just like that. And that's what we did on this sheet right here. Is I took and I already did that to the sheet right here. Alright, so now we have these two, and here's that one little strip. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our white paper, and then we're going to just put our glue. If you don't want to use glue, you can use the tape. Works just as well. Any type of sealer that you want to use to seal it onto the paper. Alright, so or stick it, I should say. So there, you stick that on there. Then we're just going to take this little piece and run it across the back. And then we'll pick that up. And then we're going to put that right across the top. About right there. Because I'm working upside down. Sometimes when you do these videos, it's kind of hard to do them upside down. So then you're going to get your glue dots, and then you're going to take your buttons that you've done, your little wire here, and then you're going to just take your button on the back here, and you're going to put like a little glue dot on that one, and then you just take a little glue dot and put on this one. There we go. And then you're going to just take and put it where you want it. Put this one not quite on the end, and then this one here, and then oops, stuck to my finger. And then you can just take and play with these however you want. No, it's still too high. And there you go. Something very simple, very easy, but I believe that it turned out very beautiful. And I think it looks awesome on this layout right here. I hope you enjoyed making this little embellishment, and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Until next project, bye.